What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another high-risk coin pusher video for you all today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a $7 million buy-in, and we're starting with 100 quarters. So this is a lot less expensive game compared to normal. Here lately, we've been doing like $10 million buy-ins, all the way up to $100 million buy-ins. So it's a pretty reasonable price game today, that's for sure. So hopefully we can win all these towers out of here. They got it loaded up amazingly well. Looks like, let's see, 7 enormous quarter towers in there. They got 2 massive towers of chips back there on the pusher. Tower of $10,000 chips on the right and a tower of $5,000 chips on the left. They got like 3 gold towers in there, 2 $1,000 chip towers. And let's see, a tower of $10,000 chips on the right blue shelf and a tower of 5,000 chips on the left blue shelf. Oh my goodness, well we done got that gold tower to crash down. Nice, we got one of those quarter towers, sweet. Well, that'll help out tremendously. Oh my goodness. Well, let me go see what we've won real quick and we'll get right back to pushing. Oh yeah, nice, check this out. Look at all these quarters that we've got. We've probably got about 600 of them now. This is doing exceptional. So anyhow, let's get right back to pushing. And I'd say once those massive towers of chips crash down back there, it's going to completely destroy all 4 of those quarter towers. That's just my prediction anyway. I hope that's how it works anyway, so. Oh yeah, a ton of gold right there in the center, getting pretty close to the edge. And they got 2 bounty chips and 2 of those $100 buy-in chips in there today also. The bounty chips, those are on top of those towers right there. I think y'all can see them. Oh my goodness, nice. We got that tower of $10,000 chips. Nice, and we got that quarter tower. Wow, that is absolutely exceptional. My goodness, I was not expecting that tower to crash down. Alright, so push on that left hand side and try to get that tower. Tower's getting super close to the edge also. So anyway, those bounty chips, those are worth 503 quarters on any game I choose. And if I can get both of those out of there, that would be 1,000 quarters I could use on any game I choose. Well, I could just use one of them on one game and the other one on the next game. Oh yeah, jackpot baby, we got that quarter tower on the right side, sweet. This is doing amazing. Oh my goodness, wow. Holy macaroni, that was a fabulous push right there. This is doing amazing. Wow, look at all those chips on the edge, $5,000 and $10,000 chips. That quarter tower on the left is leaning forward a little bit. So those $100 chips, y'all probably can't see those. They're on top of those $1,000 chip towers. Those don't have any cash value. They're just entries into a free $100,000 buy-in giveaway. So anyhow, that right there was the last of our quarters. Let me go see what I've won real quick and we'll get right back to it. You all are not going to believe this. Check this out. There was 2 mystery bags hidden in there. So I will open up both of those mystery bags after we win those remaining chips and that tower out of there. So anyhow, let's get right back to pushing. That previous round was a massive success. We made a tremendous amount of money. I think we made a little over $6.3 million in chips. So we're less than 700 grand away from making that $7 million buy-in back. Yeah, we'll probably break even on this round right here because there's a bunch more $5,000 chips on that left side, a bunch of $10,000 chips on the right. It's loaded up amazingly well. So I don't think we're going to have a bit of trouble making that $7 million back. So I'm loading up that pusher back there with quarters. I'm going to try to get that tower of quarters on the left-hand side. And also, speaking of the quarters, we got around, let's see, what was it, 4,300 of those now, so doing amazing on quarters. That should be way more than enough to get the whole entire machine cleared out today. I'd hope so anyway. Oh my goodness. Well, I almost put a $5,000 chip back in there. I'm glad I caught that. Alright, so let's load up that left-hand side a little bit more. Alright, let's see what that does. Come on, big push. Oh yeah, nice. Got a bunch of $5,000 chips right there. Oh yeah, that was a spectacular push. Come on, big money. Oh yeah, I'd say we're making at least, goodness, at least 120 grand every single push. So it's doing amazing. Yeah, if we could get this quarter tower on the left-hand side to go, we'll probably have over like 4,900 quarters. If we're lucky, maybe even 5,000 of them. Alright, so let's load this thing up again. Try to get that enormous tower of quarters on that left-hand side. And also, leave a guess down in the comments and let me know how much money you think I'm going to make back today from a $7 million buy-in. Like I said, that's a pretty reasonable price buy-in compared to normal. So, I'd say we'll have no problem making that buy-in back and some more. I mean, it all depends on if there's any dice in there today. Because those mystery bags, those could have white dice in there, gold dice. And if you don't know what the white dice are for, if we win those, we get to roll them at the end of the game. Whatever those land on, my winnings will multiply by those numbers. And the gold dice, if we win those, we get to roll them at the end of the game. Whatever those land on, the gold will multiply by those numbers. So if there's any dice in there today, you talk about a massive win. Not seeing any dice on the playfield today, but like I said, we got 2 mystery bags. So hopefully them mystery bags are loaded up with dice. And we could really use a good win on this game right here. This is kind of embarrassing to say, but as of right now for the day, I am down, let's see, what was it, like $95 million? It was something around that. We're just going to say 95 million. So I played 3 other games before this one right here. This makes the 4th game I played today. The first game, believe it or not, it was actually a winning game. We won like maybe 16 million profit or something. That second game was horrendous. It was terrible. I lost all that profit within the matter of seconds and a bunch more money. And the third game, that's when we lost even more. So we're down $95 million at the moment. So need to at least make 95 million profit on this game right here to break even for the day. If we can make over that, then we'll be in profit for the day, which is what we want. So I'm going to try to play my quarters right and try to get the whole entire machine cleared out. Oh yeah, that was a spectacular push right there. We're getting all those quarters back that we're stacking up. I might try like 2 more rounds after this one. Oh my gosh, did you see that? That enormous tower of quarters moved forward a tiny bit. Oh yeah, jackpot baby, nice, we got it. That is absolutely spectacular. Wow, it's been a miraculous game so far, that's for sure. Still 10 grand on that left-hand side, so let's get that out of there. Then I will open up both of those mystery bags that we've won, so stay tuned for that. Leave a guess down in the comments and let me know what you think might be inside of those mystery bags. Hoping it's the $5 chip and all that stuff. Alright, so we only got a couple quarters left. That doesn't get that last 10 grand. I'm not really worried about it. Alright, well that right there is the last of our quarters. Come on, nice push. Give me something. Wow, check that out. We got a bunch of quarters right there. So let's go ahead and open up both of them mystery bags. So let's go ahead and start with this gray mystery bag right here. This one feels like it's loaded up incredibly well. So let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, wow, check this out. We got 2 white dice, 3 gold dice, and 2 silver dice. I done told y'all what the white dice and the gold dice are for, but these silver dice right here, we get to roll them at the end of the game. Whatever those land on, my quarters will multiply by those numbers. So for example, say I've won like 2,000 quarters at the end of the game and that silver dice totals up to 5, or both of the dice total up to 5. 5 times 2,000, that would be 10,000 quarters, and I could divide that by 4 to get the dollar amount. So now let's go ahead and move on to this blue mystery bag right here. This one feels like it's loaded up just as well, so let's see. Oh my goodness, we got a couple more dice, I think. Oh yeah, jackpot baby. Wow, check this out. So we got 2 more white dice, a $1 chip, a $50 chip, a $5 chip, and the $10 chip. So this $1 chip right here, this is worth 500 free quarters. And the $50 chip, we get to cash this in at the end of the game. They will take anything that's fallen down the gutters and they'll put it back into the playfield. And the $5 chip, we get to cash that in. They will take all of them towers that's on the blue shelves and they'll put them into the playfield somewhere. And last but not least, this $10 chip, we get to cash this in and they will let me spin a wheel. Whatever that wheel lands on, that's what type of brand new tower they'll build somewhere in the playfield. And that wheel has like all kinds of chip values on there. For example, $5,000 chips, $1,000 chips, and $10,000 chips, and so on. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cash in the $10 chip and the $1 chip. That will give me an extra 500 quarters, and we'll get to spin that wheel. Whatever it lands on, that's what type of tower they'll build in the playfield. I'll be right back. Alrighty, AMD Coin Busher has returned. Let's get right back to pushing. So I cashed in that $10 chip and that $1 chip. They gave me an extra 500 quarters, and we got to spin that wheel, and today it landed on 1 ounce gold bars. And oh my goodness, look at that enormous tower of gold they built back there. That is insane. I guarantee you that's every bit of 100 ounces of gold. And there's like 2 smaller towers of gold on the corners. Those might take a little while to fall down. They normally do. If you're wondering why the towers on the corners take such a long time to fall down at times, it's because if there's any weight or pressure built up on the corners are just going to take the easiest route, or the path of least resistance, or the easiest path of travel, whatever you want to call it. And that would either be around the tower, or it would just go down those gutters right there. And I don't think I've said this today, those gutters, anything that falls down those, that money goes to the house. I don't get a win or keep any of that money. But we did win that $50 chip, so I'll get to cash that in at the end of the game. And they will take everything that we've lost and put it back into the playfield. So stay tuned for that. Now we still got to win all 3 of these gold towers out of here. Then we'll get to cash in that $5 chip. Then after that, after we win all those towers out of there, I'll cash in that $50 chip. So I guess once we get these gold towers to crash down, we're about halfway through the game. Yeah, I'm going to put a bunch of quarters in there at once using that skill stop button. That right there was probably like, goodness, I'm going to say like 600 of them. I'm just going to keep on stacking it up. Let's see what that does. That should give us a nice push. Oh yeah, that gold tower's going. Wow, it's super, super close. Come on, big money. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think if we load it up again using that skill stop button, it will demolish that golden tower. So let's try that same technique again. And anyhow, hope y'all are doing good and having a wonderful day so far. Remember, if this is your first time watching, you're enjoying this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the post bell notifications. That way you get notified for whenever I upload a brand new video. Would help out tremendously. We're on the road to 130,000 subscribers. My goal is to get there by the end of this month, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, let's try to get 10,000 likes on today's episode. 10,000 likes. I know we can accomplish that. Just need everyone watching to hit that like button. I tell you what, if this video can get 10,000 likes, and the first day of it being posted to YouTube, tomorrow I will do a $500 million buy-in. How does that sound? But only if this video... Oh yeah, jackpot baby, nice. We got that enormous tower of gold. That is amazing. Oh my goodness, this has been a marvelous game so far. I mean, a bunch of our gold got stuck in that loot chute, so let's get that cleared out real quick. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's keep it pushing. So I got that loot chute cleared out. I'd say there was every bit of 80 ounces of gold stuck in there, so it was really blocking everything from falling on down into the tray, or the payout chute, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is pushing amazingly well today. Made all kinds of money, all kinds of gold. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a bit of trouble making that $95 million back. Oh, nice. We got a tower of gold on that left-hand side to go. well, it fell like to the side. It didn't fall straight forward, but that's all right. I think we're gonna get it out of there. And see how we're getting a nice space of quarters built up behind that tower of gold on the right-hand side? That really helps the towers on the corners move whenever you load the quarters up like that and put a bunch of quarters in there at once. Yeah, a bunch of you all suggested that down in the comments like a couple weeks ago. Ever since, I've been trying it every single game I played. And it's really proven to help get the towers on the side. So once again, thank you all so much for suggesting that technique. I truly appreciate that. Oh my goodness, wow, we got that tower. Wow, this is doing exceptional. So let's get that row of gold right there, and then I guess we'll be ready to cash in that $5 chip. Nice, there it goes. A bunch of our gold got stuck in there though. Well, I tell you what, before I cash in that $5 chip, I would like to play like normal and try to get all those quarters back that we stacked up. Because most of the time, whenever we cash in that $5 chip, they will like take our quarters off of the playfield and put them in a different spot or something. So anyhow, let's collect the quarters and we'll try to get a couple more of them stacks of quarters out of there. Be right back. Alrighty, we're back. Let's keep it pushing. So like I said, let's just try to get some of these quarters back that we stacked up. Let's just put like $2 or $3 or $4 in at a time and try to get all those quarters right there. Because like I said, sometimes whenever we cash in the $10 chip, the $5 chip, they will like take the quarters that are stacked up off of the playfield. I guess they do that to make room to put the towers on there, because if you stack a tower on top of all those quarters that are like stacked up right there, the towers fall down a lot easier, and I don't think they want that, because their goal is for us to lose. The goal is for us to use as many quarters as possible and not win the towers. So that would be kind of, they would be defeating their self if they put the towers on top of those quarters. But see what I'm saying? It doesn't really take long at all. We just about got all those quarters out of there. And see how we're getting like triple the amount of quarters that we're putting in there, like every single push. So, I mean, if you don't want to see the quarters falling down, I know this could get boring for a lot of people. You're welcome to fast forward if you want to. Like I said, I mean, it'd be kind of silly not to do this, because it would just take the quarters off the playfield anyhow. Alright, so I think that right there is good enough. This is going to be the final push. We may end up getting a second wave, I'm not sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and cash in that $5 chip, and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, A&B Coin Pusher has her turn. Let's get right back to pushing. So I cashed in that $5 chip. They took all those towers that was on the blue shelves, and they put them all into the playfield. Looks like they attempted to put those quarter towers in the playfield, but they ended up falling over or something. There was definitely not that many quarters on the playfield whenever I first cashed in that $5 chip, so at least we're getting a bunch of quarters out of it. It'd have been a lot more fun to see the quarter towers fall down. I mean, it is what it is. Nothing I could really do about it. Oh yeah, that $10,000 chip tower on the right, it's moving forward pretty well, and both of them have bounty chips on top of them. Looks like those gold towers fell backwards, unfortunately. I hope we don't lose any gold to the blue shelf, because it would end up costing me an extra 100 grand to get it back. And they took those like $1,000 chip towers that was in there and combined them into like one great big old tower, $1,000 chips. They put some of the gold on top of that, and I'm pretty sure I can see those $100 chips at the base of that tower, $1,000 chips. So everything seems like it's in a decent spot. I'm just hoping we can get these towers on the left and the right side to fall down within the next couple of minutes. Oh yeah, big push, come on. Oh yeah, that tower's about to go, the one back there on the pusher. Come on, big money. Nice, we got it. That was a boatload of gold we just got right there. And I can't remember if I said this, but on that $10 chip round, when we got all three of them gold towers to fall down, I think we made a little over 130 ounces of gold or something, so might be a brand new world record win for the gold today, you never know. And to be honest with you, I don't think there's enough money in there today. Like, I don't think there's enough chips to make, like, a new world record win. I mean, we're probably going to make a huge profit if we can keep on winning all these chips out of here and stuff, but probably won't be a new world record win. Now, the other day, I got a $1.2 billion win off of a $20 million buy-in. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you go and check it out. It was like my greatest video yet, so check that out if you haven't already. And just go to my channel, and it's like one of my recent videos, and you'll see it. It'll say $1.2 billion win or something like that, so highly recommend you go and check that video out. And getting back to what I was talking about a few minutes ago about hitting that like button and subscribing and stuff, it is 100% free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I don't get paid anything when y'all hit that subscribe button or hit that like button. I mean, in reality, it just makes it 1,000% easier for y'all to keep up with the future videos, because once you hit that subscribe button, there should be a bell icon right next to it, and if you hit that bell icon, it will give you the option to turn on all notifications. And if you turn on all notifications, oh my goodness, that tower's going on the right. It's trying to. Both of them got stuck, unfortunately. Anyhow, once you hit that bell icon, if you turn on all notifications, you will get notifications every single time I upload a brand new video. Oh yeah, sweet, we got that tower on the right hand side to crash down. And I pretty much upload videos 7 days a week, so don't miss out on any exceptional content. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the post bell notifications. Yeah, I can't believe that tower of $5,000 chips is still stuck on that left-hand side. We really need that to fall down. Might try like one more round, and if we don't get it, I'll just call them back here, see if they'll rearrange it or something, because that's normally what they would do. Something got stuck against the glass, they would just rearrange it. Well, don't need to do that now. We got it to crash down. Sweet. So let's get that bounty chip out of there and those $1,000 chips. Well, I tell you what, I think I'm going to go ahead and cash in that $50 chip, because I don't want anyone to get bored since there's like not much stuff left in there. They would leave that stuff in there regardless, so it doesn't really even matter. So let's go ahead and cash in that $50 chip, and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, A&D Coin Pusher has returned. Let's get right back to pushing. So I cashed in that $50 chip. They took everything that had fallen down in their loot box, and they put it all into the playfield. And it turns out that loot box has not been emptied out at all today. So pretty much most of these chips and gold that you're seeing in there is stuff that other people have lost to the side slots playing these games today. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's even a red mystery bag back there on that tower on the pusher. There's like 2 towers of $1,000 chips, 2 golden towers, 2 $5,000 chip towers, 2 $10,000 chip towers. Oh nice, we already got that red mystery bag. Sweet. So more than likely that red mystery bag has a $5 chip or a red earbud in there. I'll tell you why, because see how there's like 2 gold towers on the blue shelves? And most of the time whenever they put towers on the blue shelves, like after you cash in that $50 chip, they will always give you a red earbud or a $5 chip to cash in to get them towers put into play later on. So more than likely that mystery bag has a $5 chip or a red earbud in there. We'll find out here shortly. I'll open up that mystery bag after we get these towers to fall down. So anyhow, let's go ahead and load this thing up with quarters. We still got a boatload of quarters, so yeah, that's the only way we're going to get these enormous towers that are on the corners is by loading this thing up. So let's put like 5 or 6, 7, 800 quarters in there. See what it does. Alright, let's see what that does. That was about like 500 quarters at once. Come on, big push. Oh yeah, that was a nice push right there. Oh yeah, tons of $5,000 chips in the middle, about ready to go. Oh, we got the majority of them right there. Nice. There they go. So yesterday I asked you all if you wanted to see the old coin pusher, like a video on the old coin pusher. It was called Motherload, and it's like an old machine. And that's actually the first machine I started playing when I started making these videos like 3 years ago. And you're welcome to go and check out all those older videos if you want to. And a bunch of y'all said that you wanted to see a brand new video on the Motherload machine. And a lot of y'all said to make it like a 2 videos in one. Like one normal game like this one right here, and one Motherload game. So, might do that. Just let me know if you'd want to see that down in the comments. And I mean, that machine, it plays a lot different than this one right here. Like that old machine, it has 2 wheels back there that spin, and you have to get a quarter in each slot for it to go across the whole entire machine. And it just takes a long time to get all those quarters lined up. Like it probably takes, goodness, probably like, I'm going to say, probably about 2 minutes to put $10 in quarters in there at one time. So that's just to give y'all an idea of how long it takes to play that machine. And I remember this one time I spent over 9 hours trying to get a small tower of chips to fall down in there. So it's really not the best machine. Like I said yesterday, it's not really made for high limit coin pushing. And like I said, I've seen a lot of those Motherload coin pusher machines in gas stations and stuff, and I don't even think they had dollar bills or cash in there or anything. The only thing had in there was just quarters. So yeah, just let me know if you'd want to see a video on that machine, but I will definitely make it in like a 2 videos in one. That way y'all don't get bored, because that machine does get very, very boring. And a lot of my older videos, I tried to go back and watch my own videos, and it was just too boring for me to watch. And y'all definitely like this machine a lot better, because ever since I started playing on this machine, I started playing on this one like, I think it was like June 2021 or something like that, and the views went sky high after that. So y'all must really like this machine. I like it too, because there's so much room in there, and you can put a bunch of quarters in there at once, like that right there. And the more room, the more towers that they could have in there, so then you can win a lot more money. Like if all those towers right here was in that Motherload machine, it would take, goodness, 9 or 10 hours to get those out of there without calling them back here to have them rearrange the towers or something. So anyhow, that right there was the last of our quarters. Let's go collect the quarters and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, A&B coin pusher has their turn. Let's get right back to pushing. So let's go ahead and load this thing up with quarters once again. Let's try to get all 4 of those massive towers of chips to crash down. And that last round was a pretty good success. We made like, goodness, I'm going to say a little under $1 million in chips. It wasn't much, because we did win a bunch of those low value chips, like $10 chips, $25 chips, $100 chips, and I think a couple $500 chips. I mean, it's still doing exceptional. We've already profited, got a lot more than $7 million in chips so far. There's still quite a few $10,000 chip towers and $5,000 chip towers in there left to win, and 2 gold towers on the blue shelves. And we also got that red mystery bag, so I will open up that mystery bag after we get these towers to get going, or maybe before that. We'll see. We'll see how the game goes. This has been a magnificent game today so far. Yeah, like I said earlier, it might be a brand new record win for the gold bars, because we won a bunch of gold today. Yeah, there was like 130 ounces of gold in there after I cashed in that $10 chip, and that wheel landed on 1 ounce gold bars. And another thing, I know it looks like I win all the time. That's because I only upload the winning videos. I never really post the losing games. I tried posting the losing videos in the past, and y'all didn't seem to like those videos too well. And plus, I try to keep my channel as positive as possible. So that's why I just stick to posting the winning games only. But anyhow, I'll probably win 1 out of every 3 or 4 games that I play. And like I said, today we're down $95 million, and I played 3 games before this one. So definitely don't make as much money as it seems, and most of the time it takes anywhere from 5 to 10 buy-ins just to get stuff to start moving. So, and most of the time when I do lose, it's on the 1/4 challenges, because say the original buy-in starts at $10 million and they give you 1/4. Sometimes it'll take like 20 to 30 buy-ins to get it to go, and that would only be like 20 or 30 quarters. So most money I've lost at one time before playing these is $200 million. $200 million has been like my limit. I haven't went above that. Once we've lost $200 million, I've just called it quits for the day and just cut my losses there. But yeah, but if we can get a good win on this game right here, make that $95 million loss back, I think we'll be alright. I'm hoping we can make over $95 million profit. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm stacking up the quarters really high back there, and see how we're getting the basic quarters built up. And those towers are still not moving. Well, right as I said about that $5,000 chip tower moved. But still, it might take a long time to get those towers to fall down. I might try one more round after this, and if we can't get them towers, I'll go ahead and open up that mystery bag. How does that sound? Oh yeah, well that $5,000 chip tower on the left, that is super close. Wasn't even paying attention to that tower. So yeah, like I said, if this video can get 10,000 likes in one day, tomorrow I will do that $500 million buy-in. And trust me, you're going to want to see that $500 million buy-in. And I think the most amount of likes I've ever gotten one day is like 4,200 of them. So you're going to need that 10,000 likes in a day to do that $500 million buy-in. So if you want to see that, hit that like button. Every single like makes a difference. Alright, well we only got a couple quarters left in the basket. That right there was the last of them. So let's try one more round. And if it doesn't get these massive towers, I'll go ahead and open up that red mystery bag. So let's collect the quarters and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, I'm back. So I changed my mind. I'd like to go ahead and open up this mystery bag now, just to see if that $5 chip or red earbud is in there. Definitely feels like an earbud, so let's see. What do we get? Oh yeah, nice. Oh my goodness, well that massive tower on the left-hand side crashed down. I think my hand was in the way, sorry about that, but check this out. We got that red earbud, so get to cash that in. They will take those 2 towers of gold and they'll put them into the playfield. And who knows, they may rearrange all that stuff that's already on the playfield. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cash this in, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, A&D 𝗠𝗨𝗦𝗧 has returned. Let's get right back to work. So I cashed in that red earbud. They took every bit of those towers that was in there and combined them all into like one great big old tower back there on the pusher. The bottom layer, those are 1 ounce gold bars. Middle layer, $5,000 chips. And the top layer, $10,000 chips. So if we can get that tower to crash down, that's going to be an extra, probably like maybe $1 million or so. And I'm going to say at least 50 ounces of gold. Now there's a bunch of gold in there, so that's a very valuable tower. So let's use that skill stop button. Let's load up a bunch of quarters at once. See if we can't get that tower to crash down. Now this has been a magnificent game today so far. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. All those quarter towers in there, it's one of the best setups I've seen in a long time. Always like it whenever they got the quarter towers in there, because quarters are definitely the most important thing in the game. Without the quarters, you can't win none of the chips and stuff. Yeah, we would have been struggling really bad if there wasn't any quarter towers in there. And that $1 chip that we cashed in for 500 quarters, that wouldn't have been enough to get the whole machine cleared out. So I'm glad they put all those quarter towers in there. Oh yeah, that tower, it's going. Nice, we got it. That was a massive waterfall of $10,000 chips and $5,000 chips right there. So now let's get all that remaining gold. Goodness gracious, look at all that gold. And The gold bars, I think they're worth whatever 1 ounce of gold is at the moment. I think they're worth like, I'm going to say $1,900 an ounce. That's what they were worth yesterday anyhow. If somebody can let me know the exact spot price of 1 ounce gold bar down in the comments section, I would highly appreciate that. Yeah, I've heard the gold bars are going to go up to like $2,500 an ounce, maybe even $3,000 an ounce over the next like 2 or 3 years or something. So I save all that gold that I win. Yeah, I normally just put it in the safety deposit box. Anyhow, there's only like 2 ounces of gold left in there to win. That might get it right there. For a minute there, I thought we was out of quarters, but turns out had a whole entire basket of quarters sitting on top of the machine. Nice, we got it all cleared out of there today. That is absolutely remarkable. This has been a magnificent game today. Absolutely magnificent. So now I'm going to call them over here. I think we've won 9 dice in total. We got 4 white dice, 3 gold dice, and 2 silver dice. They will put all 9 of them dice back there on the pusher. We have to roll them on down to that playfield area there. Whatever they land on, we get to multiply our winnings and our gold and our quarters by those numbers. So let's call them over here and we'll get right back to pushing. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's keep it pushing. So I called them over here. They put all 9 of those dice back there on the pusher. Let's roll them on down to that lower level. Hopefully they all land on some fabulous numbers. And if any of the dice lands on a 1, it would be a 0. The ones do not count at all. So lands on a 1, just pretend they're not even in there. Oh, nice. We got a 4 on that first dice. We got a 6 and a 5 on the 2 white dice. It's doing amazing. Well, we got a 1 on that gold dice, unfortunately, so that would be a 0. But we got a 4 and a 6 on those other 2 gold dice. So that made up for it. We got 2 more white dice to roll. Let's see what they land on. Oh, nice. We got a 5. Oh, yeah. Nice. We got a 3. So I think we're going to call it quits right there. All those dice landed on some fabulous numbers. So I'm going to count everything up, multiply our winnings and our gold and our quarters by all that, and I'll let y'all know what we've won back from a $7 million buy-in. Be right back. You all are not going to believe how much money I've won today. This is absolutely insane. I ended up winning $10,853,645 in chips. And all those white dice combined totaled up to 21, so I got to multiply my winnings by 21. And in total, I ended up winning $227,926,545 from a $7 million buy-in. That is absolutely outstanding. That's another huge life-changing jackpot win today. Absolutely mind-blowing. And on top of that, we ended up winning 257 ounces of gold. And all those gold dice combined ended up multiplying the gold by 10. And in total, I ended up winning 2,570 ounces of gold today. And those are around $1,900 a piece. So that means I ended up winning $4,883,000 in gold today. That is absolutely remarkable. And last but not least, we ended up winning 4,239 quarters. And those 2 silver dice combined ended up multiplying the quarters by 7. And in total, I ended up winning 29,673 quarters today. And I'm going to divide that by 4 to get the dollar amount. Ended up winning $7,418.25 in quarters. That is absolutely spectacular right there. And last but not least, we got 2 bounty chips, so each one of those is worth 500 free quarters on any game I choose. And we also got 2 of the $100 chips, so that's 2 entries into a free $100,000 buy-in giveaway. So that's not bad at all for a $7 million buy-in. So if y'all enjoyed today's video, be sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the post bell notifications. That way you get notified for whenever I upload a brand new video. And also, if you want to check out a playlist of videos, the playlist should appear on the right-hand side of the screen. And if you want to check out yesterday's video, that should appear on the left-hand side of the screen. So you're welcome to check those videos out if you want. So anyhow, I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care and have a wonderful day.